What's good, family? What's good? It's Friday. IOBA. My name is TC. Before I get started, I want y'all to please hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Every week or so I talk a little bit about what's going on in the world today from an everyday man's perspective. By now, I'm sure everybody heard that Daniel Penny got charged with the murder, for the murder of Jordan Neely. Jordan Neely was an autistic brother who was having a mental episode on the subway in New York City. And the white boy came up behind him and grabbed him and choked him to death. Turns out people was telling him that he was choking the man to death. He wouldn't even let him go. So they hit him with at first they didn't even arrest him. As y'all know the story, at first they didn't even arrest him. They brought him in, talked to him, let him go. But because the streets got active, Eric Adams up in New York had to do something. So he told his attorney general to bring charges, and he did. And so now Daniel Penny is facing a second-degree murder charge. But to me, they undercharged him. To me, it should have been something more stiff than that. To me, they're letting him off easy. If he get convicted, it carries a 15-year sentence from what I think I saw. It carries a 15-year sentence. But he'll be out in probably half of that. But to me, the 15-year sentence, the second-degree murder charge, and him going to prison, that would only be the first part of his punishment as far as I'm concerned. I can't say what the second part would be, but it'd be a lot rougher than him sitting around eating 3 meals a day and getting to sleep on a cot somewhere. And then when he get out, he'll still be a young man, and the white people will make him into a hero. So I don't feel like he's being punished enough for that shit he did. We as black people, though, we got to take a more hardened position when it comes to our safety. We got to go with a Malcolm X business model, Deacons of Defense business model, the original idea behind the Black Panther Party business model for self-defense. Because at the end of the day, and we have said it 1,000 times, at the end of the day, we all we got. We can't allow ourselves to be sitting ducks for these motherfuckers. We can't allow ourselves to be soft targets either. None of that shit is acceptable. None of it. The justice system is going to do what it's going to do. But we got to have our own system. We got to have our own system. We got to have our own people who look out for us. Back in the day, there was a lot of armed resistance from the black community. But it don't get talked about. It doesn't get talked about. It's only talked about when the white people win. It's only talked about when the white hooligans come in and burn down a town. That's why you know about Rosewood and Black Wall Street and places like that. But you don't hear about when the white boys got ran the fuck off. When we hardened ourselves and we took a no-nonsense policy toward that shit. So that's where we got to go again. That's where we got to go again. Because otherwise we just sitting ducks for everybody. You know they ain't writing no laws to protect us. We didn't get part of the Asian hate crime bill. Ain't no anti-lynching law. Ain't none of that going on for us. All we getting told is vote for Democrats. Now I'm not a Republican. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. And I'm not a Democrat. I'm a totally independent socialist motherfucker. So, I don't like either one of these groups of people because to me they two sides of the same fucking coin. But we as black people have to have some kind of political power in this country, and if we're gonna live in it, and we got to have a militaristic strategy as well. We gotta have the political side, because through political representation, that's how shit gets done in this country. But we also gotta have a side of us that says we are not to be trifled with, we are not to be fucked with, we are not soft targets. You run up on one of us with that crazy shit, you're gonna get your ass handed to you in a brown paper bag or a black paper bag. That's how it's got to be done. That's the only thing these people understand. That is the only thing these folks understand. When you see a situation where you see a person who obviously can't defend themselves and some cracker trying to fuck with him, you got to step in. You got to say something. You got to film it. You got to call the police. I hate the police, but you got to call them. I don't like them motherfuckers, but you got to call them. Just so even if they don't show up, you got to do something. You got to do something. Raise hell, help kick the motherfucker at anything. But don't just stand there and let it happen. When you know one of our people there and they can't defend themselves. No more soft targets. Daniel Penny, this is only the start of your situation. You better go run somewhere and hide, or they better hide you. Because there's some motherfuckers out there that ain't scared to find you. Not me, I'm retired. But anyway, that's it for now, y'all. I think I covered it all. To recap, keep your fucking head on the swivel. Look out for our people who can't take care of themselves. Daniel Penny might get a really, really light sentence. And what's happening to him, this little second-degree murder charge, it's only there because the people demanding it be there. And when things die down, this motherfucker may walk. But if he does walk, justice should be brought to him some kind of way. And that I stand on that. Y'all have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget to hit the like button and the subscribe button on your way out. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.